have on the hat, but I'm 2 weeks. Well, that's another story I'm about to get into. So I've been out of the program. This will be my second week. Top Gun is only a week program. This is my second week. So after I finished Top Gun, I had two mentors. The first mentor, I believe he wound up getting another student that was ahead of me. I'm not sure if he was ahead of me in Top Gun or if he just was ahead of me from being on the list waiting on a mentor. I had another mentor. I think she was looking for a student right away, and I wanted to finish the program, so I wind up not going with her. So I'm on my third one. So I never met the other two, but my third one, I went out with him. We talked on the phone. It seemed like a good fit. We met the following Monday, and he tells me while on the phone, hey, if you want to go out with me, I'm just going to let you know beforehand that I'm local. And at the time, I didn't mind it. I still don't mind it. I was cool with that. I was like, okay, you're local, or what type of work you doing? And he's doing something that I didn't even know, because Swift has so many accounts. It was like, I never thought this was type of stuff that we'd be hauling. So he said, I do irrigation. I'm like, okay, what is that? And then he said, oh, just landscaping, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. And he told me the company. And then I was like, oh, okay. That's like a real big company. And they primarily deal with, it's called Site One. They do landscaping for like a lot of big businesses and big industrial type stuff. So that's a really big company. So, and he said he's local, so I'm wondering how he's doing it, but I see how he does like maybe between 4, I think 6 at the max stops. He starts early, but he gets off early too. And he was like, well, you won't get the over the road experience if you go out with me, but you will do a lot of backing and you will do a lot of stops. And he gets live unloaded. At some of his stops, they don't have a dock. So what they do, they come with a forklift. They put a pallet jack on the forklift. They lift it up for him, put it inside the truck. Then he pumps up the pallets that's for that particular store. He drags them or pushes them to the edge. And then the guy with the forklift comes and, picks it up, take it down and sit it down. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, I won't get the OTR training of us sleeping in the truck together. But if I'm gonna be home every night and I can see my wife and my daughter, hey, I'm cool with it. And he's off on the weekends. But that came with a catch. He's off on the weekends because of his religion that he believes in. So he also, this is day one. He's like, hey, he told me what he believes in. And even still to this day, I can coexist and get along with anybody. And like I said, anybody, man, woman, I don't care what you believe in. All I ask, and I told him when he asked me, because if you ask, that means you think it might potentially be an issue or you wouldn't have asked me. I told him, well, hey, that's cool, what you believe in. I'm not bothered by it. You do what you got to do. This is your truck. This is your home. I'm just a guest. I'm just visiting. That's what I said on day one. This was last Monday. So Monday went by, and he's really deep into his religion that he believes in. And I won't disrespect him and put it on here, because it's not that type of video. I'm just letting you all know, if you go out, what you can expect, because it's like the craziest things that you imagine of having to deal with when dealing with another individual. This was like the least of my worries. And I won't lie, 'cause this is my channel. I thought I might have to deal with someone that might, be racist. I thought I might have to deal with someone that might be a smoker, or they chew and spit tobacco, or they don't bathe, they pee in a cup, they might be homosexual. All that was going through my mind. And like I said, because I went through Top Gun, only thing on my mind, I might have to deal with this stuff, but I don't have to deal with it for 2 weeks. I can endure it for 2 weeks and then I'm gone. I never have to deal with that again. So I was fine with that. I never thought I had to deal with someone that was like so deep in their religion that anything that I or another person would say, they deem it false. He used a word called pagan a lot, and at that point, I knew this was day one that I could coexist with him, but I can't talk to him because he wants me to believe in something that he believes in. I'm not even sure how long he's believed in it. And I just met you. This is day one. And I don't even know you. You don't know me. I really just want you to teach me about the truck and Swift and maneuver, pointers and with the maneuvers. And you're trying to push your religion on me. And I'm not cool with that. I wasn't. And I didn't say it right at first. I didn't say it until Thursday. Because Thursday, he got real aggressive with it. And at that point, I still didn't disrespect him or his religion or his truck. All I asked him, I was like, hey, man, because he wanted me to start going through my phone and look up stuff. He said, well, if you seem like you don't believe me. He said, I'm not speaking false. I don't speak out of the Bible. I speak scripture. And then mind you, this whole time, I'm just looking out the window, and I think that's upsetting because I'm not engaging them. Because if you read people's body language and cues, if I'm not engaging back and forth with you, obviously I don't feel comfortable about it, or I don't want to talk about it. So I figured if I just let him, and he did from Monday to Thursday, he just talked, kept talking about his religion, kept. And when I did try to have like a little small talk with him, when I get a break from him preaching at me and him singing and doing his worship and all that good stuff, I would talk to him. What did I try to talk to him about? I try to change it to either my motorcycle or cutting hair, because it seemed like he said he wanted to go to barber school at a point in time in his life. And I've been there, I've done that. So he asked me about it, and I told him about my experience, and then he turned that into a whole religious thing. So at that point, I was good. I was like, hey, sir, I just want you to know, man, you have every right to believe in whatever you believe in. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think that you're trying too hard to push it on me. And I said, I'm not going to go through my phone, and whatever you say is fine. I don't have to believe you. You believe in it, so it's true to you. I don't have to go on the phone. I said, and I'm not going to go on my phone. And I think when I said that, and I said it just like this in a calm voice, because at this point he's driving. I got hurt on that same day. I'm climbing up into the truck. The door is it's not open fully. It's like halfway. And if you ever climb up to a truck, they want you to use the 3-point contact method. So I reach for this grab bar, then I reach for that other one, and I lift myself up. And as I'm doing that, it shifts the truck. So the door just comes, boom, boom, it hits me in my side. And I'm like, I felt this pain. It felt like, I don't know. It felt like I might have got hit by a rhinoceros or something. I know I'm being extra, but that's just the pain that I felt. And I was holding on to them bars. I dropped to the ground. And it hurt that bad. And I'm like, man, I didn't think it broke my rib, but I knew it did some type of damage. And I figured, man, it's bruised. I couldn't really stand up. My first contact on my phone is, of course, my wife. So boom, I called my wife, and I thought I hit speaker, but I didn't. So she was hearing me. She heard me saying, oh my God, my back, my ribs, my back. And she's hearing all this. And then at this time, my trainer, the mentor, he's nowhere to be found. I still don't, the legends has it. I won't do that. I was going to say something. I ain't going to do that. He wasn't near the truck. He was either using the restroom, or he was on the phone or doing something else on the other side of the property. Because on this delivery, it was another place where they don't have a dock. So I just come in and I hit a hard U-turn, and then I position the truck in like an angle so the guy can take it off. So he finished that. I was coming back into the truck, to get the seal for the next store. I had already had the enforcer lock in the back. So, but the way my mentor has his setup, he likes to have the paperwork right here and the seal for the next store right there. So I was going back. I went up, and that's what I was going to get, was the seal to put back on the trailer. And that's when I went down. So long story short, and that was on a Thursday. So that happened like at 10 or 11. I'm in pain. He comes over, he asks me like, hey, do you need me to take you home? I'm like, no, because I'm thinking it's like maybe a strain or whatever, and I can work through it. But when I tried to get up into the truck again, I felt it again, and I immediately like clenched and went back down. And I was like, you don't gotta take me home. I said, I should be okay. It's probably just, it's stinging on this side. Let me try to do some stretches. I had talked to my wife. She said, well, try to stretch your back, roll your back, and you should be fine. And I told him, I knew later tonight, I'm like, well, hey, when I get off and go home, I'm gonna soak in the tub or the shower, let that hot water hit my back, and we'll put something on it, and I'll be fine. And that's what wound up happening. And then she got me something else. I forgot what it's called. It's like some type of medication. It's in a Band-Aid form. You put it on your back, and it reacts like icy hot. So I was fine to go. I was ready to come back the next day, which would have been Friday. So now we're gonna stick on Thursday. This is week 1. So I'm a little irritated because of my back situation. And then he says, if I would have praised the person and believed in the person that he believes in, this wouldn't have happened. So at that point, all of my Mr. Nice Guy stuff, all that went away. And he's about to get the raw version of me, but in a respectful way, because, you know, I'm older now. He's younger than me, and I'm not going to just, you know, turn into him like that. Not physically. I'm wise. Don't let the locks fool you and all that. I know how to use my mind and my words. So I said, man, this was an accident. I don't think believing in some person or something that I've never heard of before until this Monday would have changed a thing. I said, if anything, I should have made sure the door was open all the way before I climbed in. I opened it. I should push it all the way, then climbed in. I said, furthermore, man, we need to stop talking about the religious stuff and just focus on Swift and training me and making me the best driver that I can be. I'm like, converting me to your religion that I've never heard of and that I don't want to, you know, be associated with, you know, that's not going to get us anywhere. I said, we don't have to talk about that anymore. I said, now this is your truck, so you can continue doing what you do, but please, unless it's Swift related, you know, we don't have to talk about anything. We can just sit here and just be comfortable, and so be it.